What's up, everybody? Hope you're all doing good. So, I'm not even sure if I'm going to upload this, but I got to let out these thoughts. About 3 weeks ago, I remembered seeing something, I think on YouTube, about like at 3 a.m. That's when the DMT is being produced the most in the pineal gland, the third eye. So, I started thinking, man, because maybe around 9 p.m., 10 p.m., I like to go outside to my back deck out there, soak in the energy of the earth, moon, stars, planets, space. Then I got this stream going under my deck as well, going to it's an irrigation ditch. And I gaze at that water at night with the glare of traffic lights, but sometimes the moonlight. But, 9, 10 p.m., there's still cars passing by a lot, so it's still kind of the the awareness of human beings is still around, the daily awareness of everyday life. So I started thinking about, oh, what about if I just, when I wake up in the middle of the night to use the restroom, I'll go out there around 3 a.m. That would be beautiful. So I just started telling myself, all right, I'll wake up about 2:40 a.m. and go out there and do the gazing, do all that stuff, soak in the energy. And so I did it. And yeah, ooh, man, I get charged up with so much energy. Few cars are passing by, but the consciousness of human beings is asleep. And then the true energy of the earth, the sun. Well, the sun is reflecting off of everything, as well as the stars, light, the moon's energy, all of it. It's just intense. But last week, which was April 14th, 2023, I went out and did it. That was my third time that I did it. And even the time before, not both times before, I didn't really see them, but they were shooting stars. I think I was gazing at the trees or something, but I could see them in my peripheral vision. But this last week, I was like, oh, let me gaze up at the sky, see if I could see another shooting star. And I ended up seeing one kind of come from behind my peripheral vision and then come down as I was, my head was about this angle. And I saw it and I was like, oh, cool, nice. And I was already in an altered state. It was already 10, 15 minutes into it. And then maybe about 5 minutes later, gazing at that same area, I was facing the southwest, or maybe the west. But yeah, in that same area I was looking at, I saw this way up in the sky, darkness, nighttime, 3 a.m. This mist kind of moving. It kind of moved downward and then moved to my right as I'm looking at it. I'm like, what the hell is that? It didn't look like a light being shined from Earth, like a whatever at car sales or whatever. They shine those spotlights, the Batman signal or whatever. You know, I saw some kind of cloud moving, just moving, and then it moved to the right. Then there just happened to be a big pine tree, big tall pine tree it went behind that. And then I was trying to look, where was it? And by that time it was gone, you know. It's like the typical story you hear, huh? Like something it suddenly disappears. You don't see it anymore. My phone too, and I kept it in my house. I wasn't like, I don't even want to carry anything like that on me. The obstruction of the energy field. I just want pure earth, sky to soak in. That was strange though. I'm wondering like, what the hell was that? I don't know. But And then whatever I was still gazing at the sky a little more. Then I went back down to the stream of water going from my deck, which goes from west to east. East is that way. So I was gazing at it from the west, facing that way. And man, this was like 3:30, 3:45 a.m. But all of a sudden I start hearing this sound. I could hear the stream of water too. The stream of water is awesome to hear. Just the percolating and the flowing, going over all of the rocks that are down there. It starts to sound really trippy. It's almost like voices. Low pitched voices, high pitched voices, just little splashes here and there. It's this whole Castaneda type of gazing. It's awesome. It's really intense. But I remember looking in the west and I started hearing this sound. It was like a siren sound in the distance. Kind of reminds me of maybe like European police cars or something. Whoa, 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 whoa. Far in the distance though. Like I'm hearing the echo of it in the valley or something. I'm up in the mountains. And that's the first thought I had. It's like, oh, it's a siren. It's a cop car or something. But I don't know, after a while, it started sounding to me like it was the stream of water. Because when I would just turn away a little bit, the sound I couldn't hear it. I could hear it a little bit, but not as intense. But I mean, yeah, you could still explain it as the sound was coming from that area. But I remember turning too, maybe to the left or maybe a little more away from it, and I couldn't hear it at all. And I would turn back to the water and I could hear it. Along with that siren-y sound, it kind of sounded like some kind of a deeper echo as well. Whoa, 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 with the woo, 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 with the siren sound. To me, it sounded like it was coming from the water. I don't know, but yeah, gazing at the water too at that time, it looked like it was still, like it wasn't even moving. It was a little darker facing the west. There's less traffic lights over there compared to facing the east. There's a traffic light over here that glares on it a lot. But yeah, it just looked like this pulp that was just so still. And then this sound, it was really intense. But yeah, I mean, I'm going out there tonight again. It's pretty strange because I end up waking up like at the same time. I told myself, wake up at 2:40 a.m. and I've been doing it. And I went, since I get in my bed and lie down and, close my eyes and I swear it's like taking a power plant, mushroom, whatever. But I'm sober. I haven't done anything in 5 years. This April, yeah. April 13th, 2018 was the last time I did anything, drugs or alcohol. And I've been getting into these heightened states like power plants without that stuff, which I never thought was possible when I would hear or read about shamans. I mean, I remember reading this like 30 years ago, hearing that they can get into these states without the use of power plants. I always thought, it's bull. No way. Now here I am doing it. But yeah, just lying down in my bed and closing my eyes, getting into the deep sleep, I start seeing the whole movement of kind of like what Castaneda talked about, the dark purplish and the what was it? The yellowish kind of glow, chartreuse. I start seeing those kind of waving around. And after a while, when I get into a deeper state, trying to keep myself awake, at the same time, it starts turning into visions, I saw a vision of some woman she was kind of like being very lighthearted and laughing and making some kind of facial just it's hard to remember, but she made me laugh. I remember smiling in my bed, and then as I'm dozing off, really going into to sleep, I start coming out of the sleep, and I hear somebody talking to me, telling me there's this great Indian master. That's all I remember hearing, but I remember them telling me about some great Indian master. You know, as I'm waking up, I'm thinking, it kind of felt like they're trying to introduce me to him or her. I don't know. It seems more masculine to me. Just a feeling. But I don't know. Maybe that's kind of what happened, you know? Like there's some kind of an ascended Indian master that's coming to me now. I don't know. But I do feel from going out there at 3 a.m. and gazing at everything, I'm really carrying that energy throughout my whole weekdays, because I've just been doing this on Friday nights and Saturday nights, and yeah, I'm still totally in a transcended state throughout the days, you know, and it's really helping me to deal with life in general. It's really good. So hey, if you ever want to try that, I would recommend doing that if you can. Yeah, it's a psychedelic experience, but you're completely sober, you know. So I just wanted to talk about that, and keep being a spiritual warrior. We'll see you guys. Peace.